because I like the idea of someone who's like this very calm, grandma-esque, very sweet. But if you screw with her, she'll push your poop in with a giant air tornado attack thing. I am super stoked today because today is our very first ever Legend of the Five Rings RPG school guide and review. And we are starting with, in case you haven't figured it out, the Courts of Stone, the Crane Clan source book, Deer Clan, the minor clan that is featured in here. And it is objectively, scientifically proven, they just released the data, best minor clan in the game. Love Deer Clan. Love them so very, very much. And we are talking about Shika Matchmaker School. It is a courtier and shugenja. First of all, let's talk a little bit about the Deer Clan. The whole thing with them, like many clans, they're sort of a public face, and also like, what are they really doing behind the scenes? And on the surface, Deer Clan is known as just a clan of friendly, fair, neutral messengers and matchmakers. They're not the only matchmakers in the Empire, but they are some of the best, most trustworthy. But really, under the surface, Deer Clan, they're more interested in the balance of power. Like all the clans in their jobs, they kind of serve as checks and balances amongst all of the other clans and helping maintain power. No one gets too strong or weak. They're all checks and balances against each other in this big, complicated pocket watch kind of a system. Deer Clan is probably one of the most direct examples of this. Their job literally is to maintain the balance of power between all the clans. Keep the weak clans weak, the strong clans strong, but not too weak, not too strong. And they do this with very subtle manipulations. Anyway, some members of the Deer Clan, the head of the head antlers dichotomy, we'll talk about the antlers later, they have a special affinity for seeing how the strands of fate connect to people. And it starts off like they can look at a person and just get a sense for who would be a good match for them romantically, but also from like a friendship, comrade kind of standpoint, and just what are possible consequences of that pairing. And really, just about anyone can do this with a particular ritual, except this ritual, which is new to the book, it's really high level, high tier, and these people, not only do they get it right at character creation, it's tier 4 and they get it at character creation, but also their school ability is all about making this just even better, sort of elevating it to basically a superpower, more or less. So they get it much, much sooner. Tier 4 character creation, I haven't seen that before, that's insane. Also, they can do it much quicker, so now the ritual is like an invocation, and also they can just plain do it better, so they have an easier time discovering who would be a good match for someone, a romantic or comrade or whatever else, and also possible ramifications of that coupling. And also, if you're using the optional bond rules that come with this book, you get a little bit of extra help with that, which is kind of nice. But yeah, really you're all about seeing the connections, how fate intertwines people, and using that to your advantage. And one thing I love about Deer Clan in general is that more than most clans, it really calls for the GM to be handing you secret missions that you have to do that may or may not actually run counter to what you as a group are doing. Now, every player could get that from their clan, but it just fits Deer Clan more than most. So you get your mission, use your superpower, and just sort of sit back, watch, gather as much information as possible, and make just the slightest tweaks to the situation to best accomplish your mission for the good of Deer Clan, but really for the good of the Empire, maintaining balance and all that. If that sounds interesting to you, which I don't know why, it just grabs me. I never would have thought that the Yenta talent tree would be the one that grabs me more than most, but it is what it is. If you want to play a Shika Matchmaker, how do we go about building one? Well, because it is a minor school, we do have one advantage or disadvantage depending on your, not literally advantage, disadvantage, the mechanic, but I mean not the mechanic advantage, disadvantage, but it's simpler is what I'm trying to say, because we don't have multiple families to pick from. You just have one family and then the ring stat choice. Let's start with that big decision. So basically the way it works, and this assumes that you're Deer Clan and not you're doing a weird thing where you started in Crane Clan, but then foreign exchange student program, assuming you're Deer Clan Shika Matchmaker, air is going to be really important to you. You're going to have a 3 in that. And also water is going to be pretty important. Makes sense, deals with deception and kind of compassion. Deceitful, but in a nice way. And maybe really in a nice way, depending on the choice you make. Should you get a 3 in water, basically? I think so. Not just because I'm really big on the 3-3 builds in general. I love the 3-3-1-1-2. That's great. Just like my 4-4s in Star Wars. Lots of strengths, lots of weaknesses, and then something you're kind of okay with. I like that. That's a more interesting character. But some options are better at this than others, and I think this is really well suited for that. Couple reasons. Check out techniques available. We got air and water only for invocations. Kind of gets rid of some of the need to have any other rings, although, you know, there's uses to other rings besides that, but still. Air and water are your two biggest things. And we also have 4 invocations to choose from for starting invocations. Well, we get to pick 2 of the 4. 2 of them air, 2 of them water. And most of the stuff in our curriculum early on, they're air or water based. We do have an earth thing, which I'm really tempted to vouch for a strong earth, or a decent, I guess it'd have to be a 2 in earth. At best, you could do a 2 in earth at character creation for Ancestry on Earth. Just because it feels so thematically relevant, you can use knowledge of someone's ancestry sort of against them in different ways. It makes sense to the character. You're all about finding matches to people. It makes sense that you would be trained in knowledge base of people's ancestry and all that. It just fits. It just feels right, but without that 2 in Earth, which you can only get on the next question, what kind of student you were. And I don't know if it's really worth it. I really like the 3-3 build. You don't have to be good, but I really like the 3-3 build of air and water. Now, as far as which of the 4 invocations to pick as your starting ones, the 2 air, the 2 water, 1 of each maybe, it depends. So the air ones, 1 is offensive one, the other one is more of a party defensive kind of thing, and also really sort of bombastic, while the water ones are more subtle, more healing and sort of energy manipulation to help with status effects. So different roles, I guess, and you can mix and match which fits your character better. Really, though, the most efficient level up is to go with the 2 water ones, especially because one of them you can't get for a really long while, right? Because it's got the badge. Get the 2 water ones, because look at your curriculum. What do you have in your rank 1 curriculum? So yeah, very quickly you can get all 4 of these. It becomes very clear which ones you should get if you want to level up as efficiently as possible, while also getting as many of these as possible. Potentially, but it depends on what you want. You may not want one of the waters, but you really want one of the airs. Mix and match, you know, it's up to you, whatever fits your character. And there's a couple ways to really bring different types of characters to life, because I like the idea of someone who's like this very calm, grandma-esque, very sweet matchmaker type. But if you screw with her, she'll push your poop in with a giant air tornado attack thing, which is awesome. I kind of like that. Those characters are always fun, especially if they take the advantage where people underestimate you or something, because, oh, that person couldn't hurt a fly, right? There's something like that in here. And that might fit your character. If that's cool for you, by all means, do that. But yeah, just from an efficient level up standpoint, odds are good that you want the 2 water techniques as your starting ones. Now, another big choice to make when making your Shika Matchmaker, the free starting skills. As a Shugenja, we don't get that many starting skill ranks from our school, but of the 6 choices, we can pick 3. You might notice, and this could be the more efficient, just sort of easy, especially for newbies who don't want to spend too much time thinking about this crap and strategizing their build, just double up on free ranks, because we have a free rank in 3 different skills from our clan and our family, and all of them appear in our starting skills for our school. So we can get 2 free ranks in each of those. Not a bad way to go, because every skill rank gets more and more expensive. So if you double up and make that second one free, you're getting more bang for your buck. Essentially, you're getting free experience points in the long run. Assuming you were eventually going to raise that up to rank 2 anyway, you might as well double up and get 2 free ranks in that particular skill. Not a bad way to go. Nice and easy. But maybe not the most efficient build or the best build in general. Efficient for your time, but not necessarily the most efficient build. And in terms of setting like a hierarchy of what skills to focus to get a free rank in, we want to look at the starting techniques that our character has and what skills they use. In this case, it's almost entirely theology, because it's mostly invocations, and invocations almost always, if not completely always, use theology. So we might want to get a free rank there. That could be a high priority for us. Also, our school ability uses a particular check. We also might want to consider what's in our rank 1 curriculum, what school ranks are there, because we can use that to help level up more efficiently. The more points you spend in your current curriculum, the more quickly you'll level up to the next rank, right? So maybe we don't need to double up on a skill that's there. Maybe it's a lesser priority for you. Now, 1 skill is part of our school ability. We can double up on it, and you absolutely do want to double up on it so you can use that ritual as often as possible, be as effective with it as often as possible, especially because the ring rank it uses, we can only increase it with the following question. That 4th question, what kind of student were you? And then you get a corresponding ring rank bonus. You almost certainly want to take that, because you don't want to have a 1 in that. It's your main thing. You want to have at least 2 ring ranks in that so you can really be good with that particular ritual. So Void is pretty important for your character. Probably want to make sure you get that as your 4th question. That's it for today. If you like this video and want to see more, which I hope you do, because I'm going to be doing a lot of these. There's like, I got like 60 of these schools. That's a video, every single last one of them. I'm going to milk these books for all they're worth. Alright, bye.